Good morning, afternoon, or evening, race fans. Sadly, the race season is over. I hate it. You hate it. I definitely hate it. And so I've kicked around the idea since I'm not at the racetrack of what to do. What kind of content can I do? What can I share that I love that I think you'll love? And if you look over my shoulders, you'll see lots of memorabilia. So I can't afford to buy everything out there. I wish that I could, but I can't. So this was a way to share some of the things I find out there, because even though I can't afford them all, I still look. I still shop, and I can't. So I wanted to share some of the things that I find with you guys, and hopefully if this does well enough, you like, share, subscribe if you haven't already to the channel. We'll do more of these in the future. But the first one, the first Motor Racing and Gravy Memorabilia show starts in 6 seconds. So a couple disclaimers up front. I make no guarantees on the authenticity of these items. These are just items I find online. And for this show, at least, all of them are going to be from eBay. I'll put links in the description to the items. Hopefully in the future, I'll pull from other places like Marketplace, Mercari, OfferUp, wherever I can find. So let's dive right into the first item. First item is a true auction. It's not a buy it now or make an offer. It's a true auction. It ends this Friday afternoon. It is a 1982 Diehard Racing Team crew shirt from Bobby Allison's 1982 season. So Bobby Allison was with Diehard Racing in 82, 83, 84, and 85. He won 8 races with that team, including the 82 Daytona 500. Again, I'm just going by what the description of the item says. It says the 82 season. If that's true, that's the year he won the Daytona 500 with this team. There's no mention of who owned this shirt. I don't know if there's an embroidery as far as the name goes. It doesn't show that in the pictures. Tell you what, that being said, Robbie Yates was on that crew. Buddy Parrott was on that crew. There were some big names out there then. And my favorite items of all memorabilia items are the shirts, the crew shirts, especially those old 80s ones, as evidenced right here over my right shoulder with my Banjo Grim King Racing Quaker State shirt. I would love to have that Diehard shirt sit next to it, to be honest with you. But I can't afford it, so hopefully you guys can make some use out of it. Starting bid is $500, which is pretty on par for something of that nature. Maybe a little low, actually. It is a true auction, and it ends this Friday. Links in the description. Item numero dos, 2019 Southern 500. You might call it a crown jewel event. I call it a marquee event. Bottom line, the Southern 500 is a big deal. And in 2019, Eric Jones won that race. When he won the race, or when any driver wins any race, a lot of times they have the main trophy and they have the crew trophies. Well, this is the crew trophy from that race, issued to the JGR team members. And sometimes the crew trophies are kind of a really cheap rendition of the real one. This one's actually pretty good, pretty well done. The driver and owner trophy for the Southern 500 has pictured all the way around at the base all the previous winners of the Southern 500. This crew trophy has that. It's a metal cup on a solid base, and it recognizes Eric Jones' last win with Joe Gibbs Racing and his second career win. Price is a buy it now price with a make an offer option at $1,500. Actually, it's $1,599.99. That being said, I don't know what their bottom dollar is. It does have it does have the make an offer feature. So by all means, guys, if you think you can if you want to own this thing and are willing to make a decent offer at it, take a stab. Who knows? Maybe you can have it sitting on your memorabilia shelf. Item number 3, 2016 Daytona 500. When it comes to marquee events, it doesn't get any bigger than the Daytona 500. This is our Super Bowl. Denny Hamlin won it in 2016. It's not signed by him, but it is the victory lane flag. They give these flags out after the race. It has the Sunoco logo on it, like the checkered flag they wave to the winner does. It also has the race date and the race name on it. 2016 Daytona 500. This was the closest Daytona 500 in history, with a finish with a margin of victory of 1/100th of a second, and was the first of Denny Hamlin's, as of now, 3 Daytona 500 wins. If you want to get something signed, this is a good one to get signed. It's unfortunate it's not already signed. I've bought some victory lane flags before, but the ones I've bought have always been signed up front, because even though I work in racing, getting them signed is not always easy. One thing to keep in mind, like I said before, I make no guarantees on the authenticity of these items. This seems like it would be one that might be easy to replicate. I don't know. I don't know that I've ever seen any phony ones out there, but just keep that in mind. Buyer's assumes all risks, obviously. These are not my auctions. Number 4, and keep in mind, we're going to save the best of these for last. Number 4 is pretty good. Number 5 is too good. All right, number 4. Buddy Arrington. If you've been a NASCAR fan for any length of time, or you have followed racing closely, you know the name Buddy Arrington. He was a driver, kind of a journeyman driver through the 70s and 80s, well known as a devout user of Mopar products. He strictly Chrysler, Dodge, Plymouth makes and model cars. even when they were not doing so hot, like in the, I think 78, help me on this one if you want to correct me, but feel free. 78 or 79 season was when Dodge came out with the Magnum, and it was a tank beast of a race car. It was not agile. It just didn't perform well. Petty Enterprises, who had been pretty loyal to Mopar up until then, they jumped ship because of this car. But Arrington did not. Is the point I'm making. Anyhow, this I like the last item. I cannot guarantee the authenticity. They don't make any mention of a certificate of authenticity. However, it's a signed helmet that supposedly was race worn. I can confirm that Buddy Arrington did wear a helmet exactly like this one in his career. So if somebody did fake this, they went to a lot of trouble to make a really good looking fake. The signature could probably be easily authenticated, as maybe the helmet. I don't know. But it's a true auction, and because of its lack of a certificate of authenticity, you can get it at a pretty good price. Auction ends this Friday afternoon. The last time I checked, the high bid was $155.77. If you're willing to take a little bit of a risk, you might get a good buy here. And number 5, if you have a NASCAR memorabilia collection, this will undoubtedly be the holy grail. If you're looking to start a collection, this would start you at the top. I don't have anything like this, and I wish I could. This is a side from the 21 Wood Brothers car. It says from the 1990 season. I can't confirm that. They drove that car for 3 years, and it's signed by Neil Bonnett. I mean, that just finding a piece off one of those cars now would be almost impossible. They don't come up often, and the fact that it's signed by a late legend makes it even that much cooler. Neil Bonnett drove for the Wood Brothers from 79 through 82, and then he came back to the Wood Brothers and drove for them in 1989 and 1990. He only ran 5 races in 1990. As you may know, he was critically injured in a crash at Darlington on lap 212 when a crash that was triggered by Kenny Schrader and Ernie Irvin saw Neil Bonnett and Sterling Marlin in a pretty hard collision, and it seriously injured Neil Bonnett. He nearly lost his life, and it did effectively end his racing career, even though he made one more start in 93, and he was going to attempt to make the 1994 Daytona 500, where he lost his life in a practice crash. He's been nominated for the Hall of Fame a few times. However, he is a late legend. He is a legend. Let's keep that in mind. Just his signature alone is pretty uncommon. This car by itself is uncommon, and having them two together is pretty freaking special. That's all I have for this episode. If you guys enjoy this kind of stuff, let me know. We'll do more. We'll expand on some more of these things. Get out and support local racing if you can. Enjoy the rest of your week. Thanks for watching.